a second, guys. One second.
What up?
We've got to give a shout out to South Nashville Heating and Cooling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Friend and supporter, show and proof. Also, the longest running sponsor of I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast.
Absolutely. Look, man, South Nashville Heating and Cooling, where quality and craftsmanship come together. They've been doing this since 1985. That's almost 40 years of service. Expert designs, quality installations, superior service.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something.
What's that?
Tell me.
I feel confident in the fact that South Nashville Heating and Cooling will keep me warm in the winter.
For sure.
It'll keep me cool in the summer.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, these middle months, you'll be comfortable even then.
Absolutely, dude.
Y'all know the deal, man. South Nashville Heating and Cooling. We love those guys. Y'all see the name. Y'all see the number. Tap in.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Always. It's I Got Some Shit to Say to podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop because trust us, we never do. All we do is work. Y'all know me.
Fuck you, Squint.
That's right, R.I.P.
Whizzle fizzle.
Forever and always. With me as usual, down on the end of the couch, I got that one guy, ChadArmesTV.com.
Stamped.
Absolutely. Returning guest today, one that's, god damn, it's been too long since you've been here, dog. I literally I got one of those weird fucking Facebook memories that pop up on your phone every day, and it told me it's been 2 years to the day since this guy's been here, ladies and gentlemen.
Younger too, man. I
Run with it, Bubba.
yeah.
If you're unfamiliar with that cadence, that is Trapper Mandell in the building. There it is.
Yeah.
Almost dropped one. Shout one.
We've got, you was up at episode 47, dog.
Jesus.
This is episode 235.
Damn, y'all been running them like that.
Yeah, we be hustling hard.
We were doing 2 a week for
200 episodes.
200 episodes. Now we scale back to just once, but we haven't missed a week in almost 3 years.
Yeah, we slowed it down a little bit just based off
He started doing the videos.
Yeah, we started shooting different. You know what I mean?
Okay,
we kind of readjusted gears and focused more on Chad and One's music and Leroy's music and all the squad.
Yeah.
But the first 200 episodes was the momentum we needed to like establish ourselves and and make a
y'all did that too.
Facts. Talk your shit.
Sure, appreciate you pulling back up.
Yeah, love having you back on, man. A lot's happened for Trapper Mandell in the past 2 years, man.
Yeah.
That boy been aggressive with it.
Yeah,
I've
man.
been trying, man.
Bruh.
It's a hassle.
Dude, the man is mad about it. I literally saw him post yesterday. He said, if I ain't in Cashville's top 5 at this point, I don't know what the fuck to tell
That's
y'all.
my first time getting cocky.
I ain't mad at you, Bubba.
Hey, bro.
Talk your shit,
Talk
Trap.
your
That's
shit,
the
dog.
first time, man. I've been seeing a lot of shit, and I don't never get me. I be like, man, boy, and I ain't mad at it. Don't get twisted. I'm not mad at it, but I be like, damn, I don't come up a lot. It's a lot of places that I do, but a lot of places where I probably be, expectations be a motherfucker.
I get it.
I be like, damn, I ain't getting bitch. I said, hell no, I got toot my own.
Dude,
Yeah.
Hey,
Toot that bitch.
Start out hot, bro. What's your top 5?
My top 5. I'm glad you asked that too.
And this Cashville, right? We're talking Nashville right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talking Nashville.
Yeah, let's do it like that.
What's Trapper Mandell's top 5
My
Nashville?
top 5. My first ever CD was the Hating Ain't Healthy Star. So I got to put Star in there because that's
Makes
the
sense.
first CD that it was in all the middle schools and so Star.
Yeah.
Buck.
Okay.
Paper.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, and I gotta.
This is where it gets dicey.
It do, man. I'm gonna say Generation X.
Okay.
It's a group from out west. That was the West Side Superstars. PJN and D Strap, T Hyde.
All right.
Yeah.
I think it's.
And you're that 5th spot.
All right, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put me there. But,
There you go.
but I if I had to just not say myself, like I don't know, like that's probably damn.
Yeah, it gets dicey.
That's a good. I mean, like it just depends too, because it depends on if you're talking about current or if you're talking about all
Impactful.
time, or talking about just impact.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that
'cause if you
changes.
talking, current and Gates. I like Gates.
Yeah, Pistol.
Okay.
Gates.
That'd be the only.
Now ABK.
Oh,
See,
ABK.
Okay.
ABK.
See, I
ABK's
wasn't
fire
around
too, though.
when.
No, I get it. You're younger than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I kind of go off of my.
Yeah, that makes
perfect.
that does. There's no shame in that. That's where the answers start to differ, and that's what makes that conversation so interesting to me. We need Gates to pull up over here. We've talked that shit before. We had him booked at one time, and something happened. We had scheduling double book or something like that. But Gates, we'll get him over here soon. And Buck, of course, that invite's been there since the beginning of the show. No, for sure. It has yet to happen. But
that'll be my top 5, man.
It's a good one.
I like that one. Man, if we went all time, bro, you want to do yours while we're sitting here with Trap? Shit, my top 5's close to his though. You Buck, Paper, Star, Pistol, and see, I want to put Jelly.
No, I'm gonna put Jelly. That's my 5 right there.
Country now, Jelly's country now, but he up until two. So that would be because and then you got like of all time to me. But then you got Stack, you got Cool Daddy Fresh.
Facts. All these are facts. Quanti Cash,
Quanti.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like there's a lot of ones you can factor in and out of there. That it's me personally, like what I listened to the most, it was Pistol, Jelly, Lido, Paper, Buck.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's probably where I'm at too.
Yeah.
But that's I mean, you can't it's hard to
that Stack Jelly spot is that's in there. That's a debate.
Yeah, it's interchangeable for a long time, Nashville. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So like that.
I'm comfortable saying those 5.
No, for sure. But like there's like on the newer, you're my favorite, bro, of the newer wave. Like obviously, like,
and then I can say you're my favorite of the newer wave. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm not.
Yeah, I sound like an asshole not putting Chad Arms in my top 5.
I don't consider because I'm not Nashville.
So
you know what I'm saying? I'm like
what would you consider you? I mean, you Nashville though.
You are.
I just don't ever put myself there because I'm on the outskirts of it. But like, obviously, I'm biased because like. Our camp's got 7 or 8 artists in it, and I think all of us are fire. So it's like,
and see, that's hot. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, on the newer cats, and I say newer because you've been around like the last 5 years. You're definitely my favorite out of the Nashville, like out of the newer age.
Yeah.
ABK Gates is fire too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of a dope talent, but like I think that you can't really, man.
We do got a lot of good talent now. It's
But to separate yourself, like in that conversation, Trap, I think your name will always come up moving forward in those conversations, and Chad yourself too. But in this discussion, let's talk about Trap. Considering that, bro, like the moment I heard Trapper Mandell, and I think I talked about this the first time you were on the pod, like the cadence that you have, dog, is like. That's unmatched, Bubba, and that's like your natural cadence. That's how you speak, like that's how you rap. You know what I mean? You don't throw your voice. You know what I'm saying? But you're a fucking rapper, dog. Like when you like even on this latest project, bro, the way you're putting together songs now is like real rapper shit. As stupid as that sounds, it's what it is. Like he's building records now based off his cadence.
Yeah, well, like I say, like and see. One's my favorite rapper of all time.
Right.
Oh, and he's my favorite rapper of all time. So like, and he's Nashville. You know, he's North Nashville. So it's like, but he's been around for a minute. Yeah. So it's kind of like I don't consider him newer because I've been knowing you know what I'm saying? Right. Since back in the day.
But what's crazy is he wasn't in that top 5. You see what I'm saying?
But he's my favorite of all time.
I get it.
And it is weird. Some people that you will listen to, but that probably won't be in your top 5 because you let's be honest, you can't squeeze people in that top 5 because like some people go like you said, the Jelly Haystack thing.
But like Chad's saying now, like current though, like when I talk about current Nashville hip hop, what I'm listening to, bro, I'm all over Chad Arms, O&E, Trapper Mandell, Lido, of course,
Leroy,
and then that 5th one probably be Leroy. You know what I'm saying?
That's the city, but it's like it's all in that same.
That's all. It's
all. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you figure it's too close not to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it ain't like Tennessee. It's Tennessee. Shit, regards in that. I mean,
2 years
Twack's
though.
Been doing the
Twack
for almost 15, 20 years back in the day. So it's like I think with one, it's because one only had a couple of songs back then.
Yeah,
and then he just got back to doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but like
and he'll admit that.
So like 2010, 11. That's when like the songs with him. But like, there's so much talent in Nashville, bro. That's why I was so
crazy.
That's why
especially when you step back and just have the conversation, bro. It's like, damn. You know what I mean? And over the course of years, people that sort of came and gone in the industry is just like, damn, like there's so many names that we could throw out there that ain't really doing things no more that were impactful at one day in time.
And I think that's why I kind of look at it because a lot of people, I careers kind of take us in different places. So it's shit that I've done. It's things that I've done that other people probably haven't.
Yeah.
And it's things that they've done that I haven't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
it kind of put that. You know, that's why I kind of look at it too. So I look at it like shit. I'm still going. So it's no telling what. You know, sky's the limit. But like I think people careers take them in different paths, and they kind of put. You know, that kind of puts them at that.
Puts them in their own bucket. Yeah, I follow you.
He rapped, then he a country like you can't.
Yeah,
and then you know what I'm saying. You killed two lanes.
It's just involvement. You know what I mean? It's how a person evolves.
Exactly.
And
the dude on the wall over there, Worm, like he's one all time favorite. And then you got like Cook Up. You got people like Cook Up. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many you could sit here and go through. Like when you was talking about the Quanies and the Cool Daddy Freshes and all those guys, the OGs of it. You know what I mean? It's just it's almost, and I know it's all prefacing B. Howard. Like there's so many dope talents. Bezel Gang. I mean,
you go on and on. You know what I mean? You'll keep reminding yourself.
Bree.
Bree. Yep.
Shout out Bree.
Yep.
Fun fact: 98% of the people we just named have been here.
No, for sure. But they like that.
Except for Buck and fucking who else we name ain't been here.
That's it, I think.
Pistol.
Pistol.
Quani will happen.
I definitely. I gotta get Quani.
Gotta happen.
But dude, like, I'm glad that you spoke on that because it's just cool to get everybody. And I know it's all like an opinion thing, but there's so many different ways you judge it, man.
Yeah, and that's why those lists don't mean jack shit.
No,
because it's
you're
nothing.
Feeding into that bullshit, man.
Like like you said, like I might be somebody's top 5 just off of shit that I've done, or the things that you can relate to. It's just about who we are. We relate to different people.
Yeah, your personality, your taste, your what you want to fucking take in on this music shit.
Exactly.
But over the past, like, it's been 2 years since Trap's been here. How many tapes you dropped in 2 years? Trap, just one? The Free Speech, the recent one?
Oh, no, he dropped 2.
Yeah, he dropped 2 since he's been here.
He dropped Hard Times in August.
Facts. I knew there was another tape.
Yeah, Hard Times.
And Hard Times wasn't soon after you were here. I want to say probably like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, he dropped. So February of 22 is when he did the pod, and then I interviewed him right when Hard Times dropped in August of 22.
I usually have one rolled up for you, Trap. My bad.
And then October of 23 is when he dropped Free Speech.
Yeah. Free Speech is still in rotation with me.
Yeah.
Oh, dog. Like, it ain't no skip. I mean, you really
Cody Nugget Ice.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler Nice. The fuck off that shit, bro. Yeah, I ran that bar back 8 or 9 times, bro. Like, I love that record.
Yeah.
I appreciate
that whole shit. Is there a hook on that record? On that album?
Man, there's a couple. Not many.
Not many, right?
Yeah.
Trapper Mandell is infamous for giving us projects with no choruses.
I don't know why I do that.
Bro, and I never even fucking noticed it until Lito came over here and told us.
Yeah.
That is fun fact. I'd been a Trapper Mandell fan, had every album that boy done ever put out, and never noticed that one of them in its entirety had not one fucking chorus on it. Had no clue. I laughed at that shit in conversations, like, what? Went back and tapped in, like, what the fuck? That motherfucker didn't have no chorus on this shit.
But it was like, even with that interview that I watched, because I watched that interview with you and Lito, and like, y'all and Lito, and I caught on to what y'all was saying about music, like, kind of, Star always told me it ain't no right or wrong way to do this stuff right here. And I guess like you kind of got to move with the time. Like I heard y'all saying like back then it was what chorus, hook, chorus,
like 3/16.
You get what I'm saying?
4.5 minute songs and shit.
To the point where now you can do what you want to with it.
You ain't gotta have choruses no more.
You ain't gotta have nothing.
Yeah,
it's people out here dropping a minute and 10-second songs,
20-second or 28 track songs are 40 minutes long. Like my favorite two on the Free Speech joint is probably Anti and Superfly. Superfly is probably my favorite one on the record. Did Band do that one?
Band did.
Shout out Band play. Pull up Band.
Yeah, pull up Band. Like Superfly. You did a hook on that one though. There's a hook on Superfly.
Yeah, he said though Free Speech had a couple.
No, that Plain Jane I think is the only ones that I can think of.
Plain Jane's fire too.
Yeah, that was some different shit. And I had that track. I think when I came in here last time, Plain Jane was already made. When I was in here,
flex.
That's been out for a minute. I mean, it's been recorded for a minute. I just didn't put it out.
Yeah.
When did Free Speech drop? That was recent, bro. That was like
October of 23.
Damn, it's god damn. That's kept, bro. If you dropped the project in October and it stayed in rotation on my playlist till March, bro, it's like damn near March. When this episode comes out, I think it's a week before March, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, dog, that's wild, bro. Because I literally, as I was asking that question, I thought we were going to talk like January.
Yeah, you dropped Mike Lowry's single too, like right after you left our pod.
Yeah,
the pod with us too.
I remember us talking about that.
I think I dropped Crying Page too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
a lot of visuals from Trap too recently. The one with you and Trip had a visual.
Yeah.
There's a couple though.
Country rap tunes. Yeah.
Talk about that. How'd that come about with you and Trip locking in on that track?
Actually, he just texted my phone one day. I guess
Trip.
he was down here. Shout out to Trip. He texted my phone and was just like, pull up to the studio. He was at the studio I had been recording in. I had recorded the free speech in. So I had pulled up over there and shoot, they was in there talking and I heard the beat. So I had just put my verse on there and I had left.
Yeah.
But when I heard the song, he had sent it to me and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Trip went crazy.
Yeah, you did like 8 and then he did like 30.
Yeah.
Which is funny because remember Lito was talking about it on the episode. He was on how he laid a verse and then came back and Trip did like 3 times the verse on that.
Yeah, so when I heard it, that was kind of like one of them ones. I was like, man, he went crazy.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's
make you wish you got more than 8.
Yeah,
I bet,
bro.
He dude, knocked me out the park with that one. I was like, man,
should be doing that shit, bro.
Dude, man, y'all tripping trap, dude. That shit would be dope, dude.
That the ring, just the sound of that is like, you can put that shit on a t-shirt.
I know
like,
he's doing fire. Yeah, I know he's doing the Step Brothers shit. I always kind of
gravitate to that shit we be locking in with too, because it's kind of like, I don't know, I always got the right one to send them.
It seems like though, like the visual for that latest record, what's the name of it, Chad?
Country Rap Tune.
The visual it gives us as consumers, like you guys you see the on screen kind of dynamic too. It worked. You know what I'm saying? I saw Shot Landlord. Landlord pulled up over here. Yeah. And I think the day after his interview, like I saw on his story, he was at the video shoot.
Yeah, it was the day before.
Yeah.
He
Shout Landlord.
Because shout out to Star Trip too, because they had a sold out show the day before. Day
before that, yes.
Man, it was sold out. Probably the best show I ever went
God, don't talk about that because we were over here. We were on camera. There? We should have been there. We should have been there as media, and I should have just reached out to Logan and made the shit happen. And I told Chad, and Chad was unavailable. He had something booked out of town. Yeah, and then I talked to One. I was like, bro, I told One. I
had a show then.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I think so.
I think it was a show.
We weren't I wasn't in town that night.
I remember telling somebody though, like,
yeah, it's probably One.
And I didn't go to the show. And I was like, if I'm going to be here, somebody needs to roll with me to the Lido show. Yeah, it looked like it. I'm still mad at myself for not making that event, bro.
That's you.
Yeah, that's you.
That's you.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
But that's cool, man. Like I like seeing, and I think too maybe why you and Trip's styles like work well together is because y'all are similar artists in the sense of y'all are like straight in like rappers. Like most of the time, Trip be doing a lot of songs where Trip's just snapping, until he don't want to snap no more, and then the beat just rises out. So like I think that's cool that y'all that may be one of the reasons too why y'all work well on the track too, because y'all both similar in that way, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Y'all ever talked about a joint project?
Nah, we ain't never talked about it. You
should respond to his text with that.
Hell yeah.
I really should.
Just be like, hey man, I'm sitting here with Squints and Chad.
I gotta throw it out there.
You should.
Trip and Trap, dude.
I got to, man.
Yeah, tell him you're sitting here on I got some shit to say with his good friends Chad Arms and Squints. And we're just sitting here talking, and they suggested that we should do a joint project called Trip and Trap.
Yeah, dude.
Just an idea.
I know they
just putting it out in the atmosphere.
And I've been waiting on the newest Step Brothers joint. I get that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
hey, man.
But you know, and the way he been working is like
shit. The way he's been working is
it's unheard of.
Godly.
It's unheard of. Like that. Like
to be the caliber of music that man puts out. Mm-hmm. And it still hit. And bro, I am the toughest fucking critic. I've looked every month this year. Looked for that Don Trip and to let it to even be able to say something how it has decreased value from the month before or took away from the previous 6 or 8 or 9 or 10 and he didn't miss not once.
No, man, this new one that just dropped and see nobody even didn't even know he was going to keep going like that because he ended in December and was like, all right, I did these album every month.
Another one?
Yes,
like January.
Nah, yeah, right,
dude. He stopped even doing promo on them, dude. Like honestly. It was just month after month. The last one had like 9 songs on it. It's like a wolf or something on the front or something. Help me out, Chetty. But his latest visual was from like 2 or 3 tapes back.
Yeah, Frostbite.
Was the name of that?
Frostbite.
Yeah. But 2 or 3 tapes back, he released a visual for a song recently, and I loved that song so much, I grabbed it, saved it to my playlist, and then realized, like, where was this? Is this on the one Chad just mentioned? No, it's not. It's from like 2 or 3 ago.
That's crazy.
And it's still hitting that hard.
And not to mention,
Everlasting is the name of the record.
Crazy.
At the beginning of that month, him and Sheffrey Kitchen released all the instrumentals, 114 tracks. All the instrumentals.
Give me your phone, I'll give you the Wi-Fi.
From the from the projects. They released the instrumentals only on the like streaming platforms, and it's 114 tracks though.
So he released.
Shout out to those guys. We're gonna have them on the pod too. I've talked to them.
Jeffrey Kitchen for sure. They were here when Trip was here.
It's on YouTube. So he releasing a way you can go and.
I guess go in there and go in on them.
You need to go in there and go in on them. Trap.
Yeah, so
because
later in the months when he dropped Frostbite, him and Lito got a song on there too. Him and Lito.
Yeah, there's something about when we talk about anything grind hard as far as like Starlito, Trap, Landlord, Troy,
Red Dot,
and Red Dot needs to pull up. I've talked to Logan about that, and then it spill over, and then like Trip, and like bro, that's those guys have so much rotation.
Yeah,
in my catalog, my personal catalog, it is crazy when I sit back and think about, like, out of all the artists in the world, bro, there's so much of that shit in my personal shit. It is crazy. I don't really even think about that until, like, I mean, me and Trap are cool. Like, you've been over here 2 years ago, and since then, bro, like, Trap's good people, man. Like, I can co-sign for Trap now on a whole different aspect of someone that's just been on the podcast 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But to hear, like, your latest tape, Bubba, there's no way people that are not tapped into anything that's ever been done in this Middle Tennessee area that they can't mention your name, bro.
I appreciate it.
And that's with or without Grind Hard. Like, you could have just been anybody else from any outskirts of town and did the same shit. Like, I think it would still hit the same way, and it's like undeniable. You know what I'm saying?
And anything too, like in any scenario, like you was in with Grind Hard, bro. Like, yeah, Lito may have threw you a oop, but you still got to dunk that motherfucker. And then after you dunk it, you still got to keep playing and show people that you can play other than just dunking the oop.
Yeah.
Same with like Leroy and Church situation. It's the same thing.
Nah, for sure.
Like if you've been able to keep that going, it wasn't just a thing where y'all did that and then you
parted ways. Yeah.
Like
it wasn't just a dibble dabble like
you kept pushing.
Yeah.
With it, you know?
And that type person, Lito, in this type of conversation, he's not handing out a lot of jerseys for this team, bro.
No, for sure.
Like, there's currently is not a lot of people walking around under that umbrella of talent. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure. And I think I got received well too from a lot of people too.
But you would have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way. You know, Star's got thousands and thousands of millions of fans.
Yeah.
And he is not co-signing just 19 artists. Like, it's not like that. Like,
he rarely listening to shit you know.
Yeah.
It's even when I can remember just being on the road with him, like.
Saw Trap on the news, decided to sign him without even hearing him.
And that was Trap.
That's just so hard, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that's probably my favorite song still, though. I can't get past that song. What's the name?
New Level.
Yeah, New Level. That's Trap featuring Lito.
Yeah.
But that was one of the singles off the 90s, 91, yeah.
91, yeah.
Bro, come on, man.
Trap Ambition on it. That's probably my favorite song.
Come on.
Trap Ambition's on.
What year was 91, period?
What year did it come out?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure Trap Ambition was
17.
Bro, I had New Level on repeat, bro.
The remix, the one with Star on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a video for it and everything, right? Yeah. Bro, I repeat, bro.
Yeah, we was in Miami.
91 was 2018. It had Trap Ambitions on it, yeah.
Okay, they did.
Yeah. New Level, and you had Moonwalking on there. That was another
Oh,
one.
God.
Yeah.
Come on, Trap.
Bro, going back to the Landlord thing, I told him this on the pod, too. Like,
shout out Landlord, man.
One of my favorite songs of Landlord is the one you and him got, the Backdoor Vibes joint.
And that kind of came up on some, man, how did that out? I think Land was, I think that was Style, man. He just put his studio up in there, and I think Land flew to town.
Yeah.
And Lamb was just in there working, and I got on that shit, and I think we shot that. We probably shot that the same weekend.
Yeah, that shit. That song's fire.
I think it's been interesting to meet all of you over the course of like the podcast being a thing, like to meet each and every one of the people involved, like in this conversation. Everybody rocking different. Yeah, it's all different entities, but I see how each personality works so well together, and how like I could see Star's vision for each one of you. Shout out
Red Dot too. He was supposed to come on.
Yeah, that's been a thing.
That's gonna happen too. So shout out Red Dot. That's another one.
I gotta get a bottle of tequila and sit it right
Noted.
there.
Noted.
Okay.
Like literally.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
and it's gonna go global with him.
Shout out Red Dot, man. Yeah, dude.
With free speech out since fucking last year, that and it currently, like I said, it's almost March now, so it's not like that's a long time ago. This
drops on March 1st.
It's fucking 90 days ago.
Quick, though,
time be going so fast, bro.
Because it do feel like I just dropped it.
It does to me because I'm still listening to the motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, it's been.
But I know you as a personally enough as an artist. I know you understand how. You got to keep moving. You got to keep the foot on the gas. You got to you got to stay in their face with it. You got to either recycle or create, I wouldn't say recycle, create new visuals for current songs off the latest project. And, release a project and then start releasing visuals until the next project. Yeah. But what's the panic button on that right now in your mind?
Man, only thing
because free speech packs a big enough punch to ride the wave for a while. I promise you that. And I'm not saying that.
Actually, was to drop in January, but my mama got sick.
Okay, how's she doing?
She just paid.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I did not know that, Traps. I'm so sorry to hear that,
so
man.
That's kind of why I've been.
Say less, dog. Say less.
So I kind of been in my own lane.
Of course, man. So, that shit's gonna hit you hard. You only got one of them. You know what I mean?
So she was battling breast cancer. I done came to. At first, I was sick. I was balled up for a week.
Yeah, of course.
But, I was just glad she ain't sick no more. She was battling breast cancer, and then she caught pneumonia, like, maybe on the 16th. And she didn't last 2 days with that shit.
Man, R.I.P., bro. I hate hearing that. Losing a parent, dude, is not... I went through that a year ago last November, so it yeah, I can relate. I hate that came up like that, Bubba, but I hate to hear that. And like you said, if she was suffering and hopefully
so now I'm kind of at peace with it.
Of course, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like at first I wasn't. Like, it was like you said, that shit hard.
Yeah.
But now I'm at peace with it though. Yeah. So it's like, okay, like you said, shit don't stop. Plus I know she liked me doing it.
Yeah. I think you spoke of that in the past over here. You spoke about the impact and you initially like doing this rap shit.
Yeah, she loved it. So it was kind of like, it was like, go on and get it out. Because I even had a session with Ben, and me and Ben couldn't even, he didn't know. And it was like 2 days then.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do the studio session.
Wow.
And I talked to Ben outside, and he was like, damn, I didn't even know that. So we kind of talked about it, and one thing he was telling me, he was like, bro, I don't even know how to really tell you to cope with it, but you just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Is that so related to that, is that how you find yourself dealing with stuff, is that you don't deal with it? Do you think you should do a better job? Like, I know I should. I know
definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's like when losing one of your parents. That's one of them things where you can't even not deal with it.
No, you got to deal with it.
Yeah,
see, that's the only thing that I could not deal with.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of shit. Like I'm like it. If I could not deal with, you get what I'm saying. Yeah. So that was one of them things where you couldn't even not deal with.
No, you have to deal with that. Even like I understand what you're saying. Like even if you had a negative relationship with whoever the individual that passed,
right?
There's no turning back from that. You know what I'm saying? Like
it was like it. So it was like,
yeah, man.
I hate hearing that.
I can't not deal with it. So I'm still dealing with it, but I'm kind of more.
At peace with it. Yeah.
At first,
it ain't gonna go away.
Exactly, and that's one thing I found out. Like, it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Well, if you had one of these, and I'm grateful that you did, but at the same time, you only got one mama, man, and
you got to cherish it,
man. Exactly. Luckily, I still have mine. She's not the best of health that she's been in the past, and we all recognize that. But yeah, I totally get it, dude. I had no idea. That's super unfortunate.
So that's kind of been the only panic, but
Yeah, I got you. I totally get it.
Sure,
Did it harness? Did it? Obviously, it shut you down. You know what I mean? To where you say the creative thing, it wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't ready for that.
I wasn't ready. It was just too soon.
Yeah.
So it was like it was like block writer's block.
Yeah, of course.
Sure,
yeah,
so
shit happens.
Last thing on your mind is making rap songs.
Of course.
Yeah.
But now, fast forward just a little bit. Do you see that hunger back or feeding back into you a little bit to where you're eager for something new?
Yeah, for sure.
Or just to get back out here in front of people?
That too.
Yeah.
But I do feel like, cause like we supposed to been did this.
Yeah.
And she was kind of sick. So
yeah, I get it, bro.
Really know.
Bro,
but it's like now I even hit you up
trying to
like,
get on the show,
hey,
bro.
you know, cause it was like, man, I'm ready to go hit it.
Yeah, man.
You feel it's just like
it makes a lot of sense.
Maybe that might be my way. Maybe I am still the same way. Maybe that is the way I probably don't want to deal with a lot. But it's like at first I couldn't run from it. So now it's just like I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
You know.
You almost run with it now. Like
it's
it's gonna be there. You just got to run with it.
Yeah.
Right here.
It's admirable, Trap, to hear you speak about this now and to like Chad said, it makes so much sense now, and it really does. It's so eye opening to me to hear you say what you're telling me. But I just want the listeners and watchers to understand, like 2 years ago when Trap pulled up here, bro, like he's became a homie of mine, bro. Like I can DM Trap, congratulate him on things. I can tell him his latest singles popping or his new visuals fire. I can share his stuff. He's gonna salute me. I can shoot him a text. He's gonna respond. Like it's been that. But I have to be 1,000,000% transparent right now, bro. I had zero idea you were dealing with any of that.
I knew she was sick because I knew.
But it got though, Chetty.
And I think I might have told. I think that's probably when she first caught breast cancer. I think I might have told you that.
It was at the studio session for the song.
Yeah, that was
Breaking
when it
Bread.
was real fresh.
Yep.
That's wild, bro.
You know, so I kind of.
Because you guys know my personality. I'll text motherfucker and be like, come on, bro.
And that was just one
that's just eye opening.
On a humble because it was like that was when it was fresh. I probably first found out.
And I get it because, bro, I could see why it's something you don't bring up because you know when you bring it up, then you got to talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta,
absolutely.
That's my first time actually talking about it, so that's how I know. Like,
man.
Yeah.
But
good to talk about it though.
Yeah. It's just like, I mean, you know, I don't think nobody can deal or process with death, but
hell no.
It's just like it's one of them things.
It affects people differently too, bro. It'll shut you down. It'll put you in a dark hole. You know, you turn the phone off. And
that was one of them things. And so I guess this was just one of the things, like you said, just wanted to get back out there. Just wanted to. It's like now I can feel myself getting back into that mode.
Back into Trapper Mandell mode.
So I know if I feel like it, then I know I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's time to work.
Exactly.
I get it, man.
It's crazy, dude, because like I guess everybody deals with it differently.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Dude, my bad. I was just gonna say, ask Chad when my dad passed, because he had ALS and he passed suddenly, but it was a long, drawn out process, and there really wasn't no like indicator about when he would go.
But I do.
Yeah, and we knew it was coming. You know, he had Lou Gehrig's disease, and he was at the point of no speech. He couldn't move. He was immobile. You know what I mean? Like
and that's why I say something's different, because mine, it was sudden.
Yes.
She was cool.
Yeah.
You know, we was planning on her to beat the breast cancer.
Gotcha.
And then the
game over.
Hit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I knew it was serious, but I didn't know it was
getting sick. Just take them out at that point. Like it's saying, bro, I totally get it.
It's like something that I guess when you ain't got no immune system, it's worse to me.
Absolutely, it is, man.
Like,
bro, I get it, man. Because with Pops, bro, same shit. He was laid up in this bed, and then COVID hit, and bro, he had no immune system. So if he was to catch COVID, forget about it, right?
Yeah.
Like they got to where they wouldn't even let us visit him for times. Remember, Chad, you remember me fucking being upset about them not letting me see my father, and it was during COVID because his immune system was gone, non-existent, and just a fucking common cold could take out my Pops. You follow me? But when I learned that he passed, to long story short, what I was getting at, and Chad saying that it affects people differently and people react differently. I shut down for 24 hours. 24 hours, I was just crying my eyes out. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to be bothered, blah, blah, blah. I maybe talked to Chad. That was it. Or Amy, that was it. And then the next morning, I called Chad and I said, I need y'all over here.
Yeah.
And they came over here, and I had a good cry in front of my best friends for God knows how much. But then we sat down and did this right here. And we started working. It was back to work. And it was, but I needed that. It was like, because I knew the momentum we had up to the moment, all that shit went down. And I didn't want to fucking hinder anybody or anything that we had going.
But it would have never been that.
And it wouldn't have been that. You're right, Chad. I'm not saying that. Though. But I couldn't, like, mentally, I knew, like, I had to bring myself out that.
You had to stay busy.
Had to stay busy.
Probably force you to stay in that shit.
Bro, and it's fueled that tank now, bro, to where it's, like, ongoing.
Yeah.
Because every time I self-doubt or I would think about how I felt during times leading up to that about his health or any of that type shit, when I think about him being gone now and how it affected me during those times and affects me every day of my life now, nothing could stop me from going from working. Like, because I know that's the legacy we're building.
Exactly.
Yeah. Without
it's a happy place too.
It absolutely, you know absolutely. But like for you two, as Trapper Mandell and Chad Arms, you two are like great artists. Like, you guys put together music that people appreciate and they cherish and they save to their playlists and they share with their friends. That's a legacy that you guys will continue to build on.
Yeah.
As long as you choose to build on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moment you two choose to stop is when it stops.
Right.
Yeah.
No one is going to stop it but you.
Yeah.
And so if you're willing to unplug that own outlet, that's when the shit is going to cease for all eternity. And you'll talk about when you used to do something or you used to go to that happy place.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you ever stop doing that? Even through the worst.
Sometimes it just made you, like, it maybe not pulling the plug, but
yeah.
Turn the light off for a little bit.
Exactly. Hit the reset button. That, like I said, that first 24 hours, bro. I could have sold everything in this room.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't. Because after that 24 hours, that reset went through where I plugged that motherfucker back up. It was foot back on the gas. Chatty, let's get back to work. And Chad's like, are you serious?
Nah, for real, because that, I ain't gonna lie, like, that's amazing to me, because I couldn't have did that.
It makes so much sense, bro.
So much.
When we've tried to lock in these last episodes with you and we hadn't heard back, because like it makes perfect sense because it was around that time, bro. It was like a month ago. It was a month and a half ago, bro.
And that's perfect sense. And that's why I'm talking the way I'm talking about, because just to know now, like Chad said, it makes so much sense to us now. Yeah. While it's been like this to get you back over here the past month or two, because it was right around when free speech dropped. When free speech dropped is when we were like, Trap, you got to pull back up. And then like through that up till now. But to hear about it now and to know why, and then to attach a timeline to it, I applaud you for being here now, my friend. Like, because it's regardless of how dark that hole got for you. Yeah. Bro, it has not been long, Trap, and you're here. You're here as Trapper Mandell, bro, and I think, appreciate that. And I'm glad that you're here because, like we said, these stories can be told differently, bro, and
they can though.
Yeah, and I'm fucking proud of the legacy you've built thus far, and I know your mother was too. You said so yourself, and I'm sure she's just as excited as I am for you to continue to build on this legacy.
So that's what time it is now. So I was just like, man, it's time to pop. It's time to drop and pop.
Hell yeah.
So what's next? What's next for you? Like when you drop?
He's gonna text Trip.
He probably already did.
Man, guess
I
what?
gave him the Wi-Fi. Well, what do you want, bro?
Yeah, now get what though? I would love to see that though, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, I ain't saying this for the camera. I am gonna tip. So when he might say something about, or if it come about, just know it formed from these. It formed.
Fuck yeah,
Trip and Trap, man. I'm telling you, David. I'm telling you.
Stamped.
I'm still working on 6 Rings 4. 6 Rings 4, and then I'm gonna drop another tape. So I really do want to put that out. Shit, if not, put both of them out next month.
Yeah, hell yeah. So that's aggressive.
So I've been working really like on and off for the past couple of days. I'm trying to put that 6 Rings 4 out real quick.
That's what I love about being a consumer in this rap shit, bro. Because like you guys realize that you have to stay like this. You have to stay aggressive.
No,
you have to, and Trip ain't making it no easier on nobody.
Nah,
no,
man,
he's setting the standard, bro.
That's what, man. I was thinking about that because that's what had me before all this stuff happened. That's why I was like in October, like, man, I'm finna drop again.
Yeah,
because Trip was, man,
it's when you put you put a date on it is what we get me. Do. And like him, this motherfucker, I know this guy good. I know Chad well enough to know that he can put a tape together in a month, and he can do it all 12 months. But the moment you give him a date that it has to be done is when the fucking sky is gonna fall out. If you just put him in a studio without a calendar and just say, "Hey, bro, record these songs." Chad's gonna knock.
You better without the date, Jay.
Don't give him no timeline because that's when without that pressure of timeline, he's gonna fuck home run. I'm talking about home run after home run. He bet 1,000, bro. He's just in there knocking songs out. Yeah. But as soon as it comes down crunch time wise, that's when it gets different, gets shaky. But
yeah, you thinking about me.
I bet you do that same shit though. I bet you do a tape a month.
Yeah, so it just be good to just go in there, really just.
That's fine for me. I'm gonna download all these motherfucking tapes y'all put out.
Bro, I seriously, Trip, and I told him on the podcast, it made me think about the top of this year. I very seriously thought about trying to do that every month, maybe like a 5-song project.
Man,
I just couldn't. I'm gonna try to drop 3 this month. This year we just dropped the collab project. I'm gonna try to drop 2 more projects this year, whether it's a solo joint and then another collab project. But 12 is
it's so much it's so much music.
We're doing 2 podcasts already, so it's like it's gonna be kind of hard. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna put him on Front Street. I recently saw this motherfucker right here talking about he's finna start a podcast.
No, for sure.
Trap, talk about this podcast. I was
gonna say that too. I was gonna bring it up.
Bring it up. Let's bring it up. Let's talk about it.
For it, but I do want to start with. I am now. Matter of fact, I'm working. That's what I'm working on too. Thank you for mentioning.
I'm with it.
Let's go.
But
what you gonna call it?
I don't know yet, man.
In the Trap with Trap.
It got to be something with Trap in it, huh?
Right, in the Trap. Or Welcome to the Trap with Trapper Mandell.
Yeah, man. Just
Trap Members presents.
Just having some of my friends.
We'll work on it, man.
Yeah.
I'm cheap, Trap.
Yeah.
I'll get you there too, bro.
Wherever
you need to go. You're gonna need a producer for this show.
I just asked him, I said, how he set up all this shit? Because when last time I came in here, man, it looked like the radio station. It had
the table.
I love this.
And I loved it there. But now, y'all got it so.
We out the mud, Bubba.
Yeah, out the mud, dude.
Self-produced, no major investors.
When I get established like this, see, I'm gonna have me a sit down like this. See, right now we gotta have us a brown chair, 2 tables, and we just gonna have some topics and just bring.
I'm with it. I love it. I love the fact you got that.
Come to my shit too.
I'll be there.
100%.
Anytime the invite's open, bro, I will be there, 1,000,000%. But like I said, any help along the way I can provide, bro, or with Logan or anybody that's helped steering that boat, give me a call, bro. I'd love to be able to help.
Sure.
But I loved seeing the post. I think I liked it or commented on it or something when you posted it. But I loved that even that light bulb's flickering.
Yeah, because guess what? It's so crazy. I just been liking podcasts lately.
Yeah, it's good content.
I've been watching them like from
what? Okay, pause. What podcast has Trapper Mandell been watching?
What does Trapper Mandell watch?
I watched this podcast.
Hell yeah, talk your shit. Any more?
I watched Cook. Of course, the last one with Cook Up Boss.
Oh, you live subscribe?
Yeah. So
I
just got on that. I just kind of got on hip to that podcast.
Yeah.
But I like your Drink Champs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
what about Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp? Did you watch that Cat Williams episode?
I liked it that too.
That was fire.
That was crazy.
And I didn't know he had one, but
and now it's one of Chad's favorites. Chad would watch all that shit now.
But he be having some good conversation with people.
You do comedy podcast yet?
I mean, what you mean? Like, will it be that type of?
No, do you listen to any?
Yeah, there's podcasts hosted by like comedy.
Ricky Smiley.
Yeah, there you go.
Like Ricky Smiley.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absorb that shit though, bro. The more of that world you absorb, the more like mental note you'll have. And this may have no value at all. Like I don't know shit, but I'm just telling you. If you go back to episode 1 through 40, I was not a podcast host. I was an inspiring podcast host.
But you couldn't tell.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, but now at 230 something. I feel fucking pretty goddamn confident when I talk this podcast shit, so and I know Chad does too.
The dome, or y'all just have it already?
Oh no, we never have had any.
We have never ever. Well, I take that back. There was probably like a dozen shows we did with a whiteboard that had notes on it.
The
first 10 shows that had a whiteboard. We would write down a few topics and lay them on a board over there. That way that we could just reference to it.
Okay.
We started with tons of and my name, it was so, it's just stupid. We were just stupid. Yeah. But we were developing a skill that led us to where we are now. Yeah. Now I feel like I went to goddamn broadcasting school and I got a major in communications and I know how to set all this shit up, record all this shit, edit the footage, do the graphics.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. What I mean? Like, this is the real shit.
Yeah, but I didn't, nobody taught me that shit.
That's what I'm saying. See, yeah. So
YouTube University.
Like, yeah, see, we gonna get back to that because See, I'm gonna have to talk to you with a camera out.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Cause
yeah, real cheap.
But when I do start my podcast, whoever y'all got to come through.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000,000%, bro. I'm anxious to see it. Like I said, I brung it up because I saw the post, but I love the fact that little spark of creativity is there. Even if you, however far you go with it, to the moon. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I love that thought is there. Because even through what you've been dealing with personally, to coming off the album Free Speech and to have that drive already to get back out here, Trapper Mandell, I'm still me, I'm still doing me. I got more music coming, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. I got a podcast coming for you, too. Yeah. That's a different element in trap. You know what I mean? Like, not many of them are doing that. I know a guy named ChadArmesTV that does it twice a week. But they're not all doing it like that. I can't really name anybody else O&E. You know what I mean? He's part of this show. Yeah. But, that, you know, I think it's dope. I think one of the dopest. Have you ever checked out Cameron and Mace, their podcast?
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, I love that too.
The reason why that relates so much to us three probably is because even myself at one time, I used to be an artist, a pretty fucking serious artist. Wow. So them two sitting down being relative artists enough to, even if they're not currently, they were in my heyday, them motherfuckers were popping. Mace and Cameron were popping.
Cameron for years, bro.
Yeah, so and was one of my favorites.
Mine too, though.
But age wise and all that, they're so relatable to me from all those different characteristics. Hell yeah, I'm gonna fucking watch that podcast. But I think we've came a long way. But what I'm saying is, Trap, if you start dribbling that ball around, dog, you're gonna get pretty cold with it. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
I fucking influence you as much as I can with that conversation. I'm more than happy to help with anything I can help.
I'm a DJ.
With software or hardware or whatever that looks like. But yeah, I wish you would have fucking told me the name of it. Now I gotta help you come up with a name.
Yeah, see, and that's the only thing. I ain't got no name.
That in the trap or welcome to the trap or anything like that would be fire.
Yeah.
Where you at, Chad? What do you think? Something like that?
Something with trap in it.
It got the hell trap in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Co-host or you just by yourself?
I'm thinking about just doing. I don't know. Like if I kind of somebody come on, you know, if they see the vision that I got going for it, and we click on it, then But I'm thinking about just having different people through.
Just come guess, that's
sometimes
cool.
It might be solo, but a lot of stuff I'm just gonna have a different of my friends. I got a lot of good friends and a lot of.
What about your lady?
Yeah, I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna let her on there too.
I think that is a podcast waiting to happen, dog.
I'm gonna let her on there too, just because
I think
it's another. I gotta have women talking for themselves.
For sure,
you know what I'm saying?
That's something that I can openly admit that we are guilty of, is having female guests on the show. We don't steer away from it. Yeah, and there's been we've
had a few though.
We've had a few, and we've thrown out, but we have thrown out so many opportunities for female guests.
Just work with music artists, or y'all work with just
everything. We work for influencers, creators, music artists, like anything and everything. Anything that's intriguing to us that we feel like that person or creator may have an opportunity, have some shit to say about something, then we want them to come talk their shit.
So it ain't always about music.
Nah, we've had fucking weed guys over here.
Exactly.
What else is something weird? We've had boxers,
and honestly,
professional boxers on the show.
Like honestly too, like this podcast, and then like Squints does his lives on Sunday nights, and then like me and my lady have a live YouTube show that we do every week that you could really consider a podcast because we're talking about music.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna kind of move it over. Probably we want to call it Music and Munchies, where we talk about like we both give each other like a
music
album
reviews
to listen to that week,
homework type
and it's
shit.
Something totally out of her wheelhouse and totally out of mine.
She suggests an album, he suggests an album, then they give feedback, and then they try out like new snacks and
she gave me that idea, and I was like, that's fucking genius, because like I'll give her like a in the cut trap rap album, and she'll give me an old like country album or something, you know what I mean?
That I got to listen to.
It's homework, bro.
Yeah, so it's
a great idea,
and we're working on that now. We're just doing the live streams every week until we get the room built. But like, there's you could really get something rolling with that, dog.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's why I threw that out there, because I think I've spoke to Amy about it in the past. Any about an alternative show, but one about raising children with, you know, people that are in the industry, or someone in this type or podcast industry, or someone that's in, you know, like business ownership industry, or a stay-at-home mom, or any of these things are so relatable on a grand scale across the planet, and podcasts are so reachable through social medias and through you know, all the digital outlets.
And people love,
bro, there's
and you know, a lot of people,
there's so many numbers.
Being blessed with people that actually support me, is like, at some point I do want them to get to know me, or know, like, I read books, like I like to read. And,
that's fine.
That could be a segment on your pod every week, dog.
Yeah,
like
a book review,
book you're reading,
or a book suggestion.
It's just a lot that I just want to connect better with.
No,
people,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I just figured that
with your core fans that are already a fan of you. Yeah, I totally get that. That's fire, though.
I'm on podcast a little bit and talk some shit, and, you know. Yeah, who knows?
You got our support.
Kick politics sometimes. I don't know. But it's just something I wanted to do. So I commend y'all for doing this shit, because I be thinking this shit, it just done got too dope to be lately. Like,
right. Yeah. I think it's dope, though, that you're trying to, like, jump on the opportunity of creating your own. Like, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people's thoughts stop with that thought. Like, they don't follow through with the process. But even to speak something into existence is the beginning of that process.
Exactly.
You follow what I'm saying? Like, I told Chad Armes about I got some shit to say way before I had an episode. Facts. I knew I had to have a logo first. And then I had to have, like, I built that shit, like, all the way up to a presentation before I put it out there telling the world, like, hey, this logo.
So y'all been working together since the first motherfucking episode.
He did
and no.
He did two, like, during the pandemic, like, webcam style.
Yeah, because I was going to.
What made you come on, Chad?
I got back doing the channel when Worm got out of jail, and we shot a bunch of content. My channel was dormant for 9 years. And then
he was doing a solo audio podcast. He didn't like doing a solo audio podcast.
I've always loved podcasts, so I did one back in the day that he got on, but, like, I could never do it just solo for a long period of time. So when I got the channel back moving, I was doing interviews and day in the life shit and music, and then he was already got the idea for the podcast,
and I didn't want to rap no more.
Yeah, and we were like, well, let's just do it. When we've always been showing proof. So
then you wanted to get on you knew it was going to be the camera type of.
And I know that we didn't know how we were going to do it, but we knew. I've always loved podcasts, and me and him have been best friends for 15 years.
Chad was basically like, bro, if you can figure it out, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So
I already had the idea. We just merged it together.
Yeah. And then over the course of fucking 3.5 years and 240 episodes, we've been able to, like, figure it out to where, you know, from a host perspective and carrying topics and circling back and doing all those type shits that you implement into, like, hosting a podcast, and then from the software.
How long so y'all got to do homework down every day?
Depends on what we're talking about, but we like to have that open floor discussion. Like, sometimes, like, Chad will come through the door and be like, man, Squints, when we start recording, I want to tell you about, and sort of premeditate a story that we may want to cover, but he don't want to tell me too much because he don't want to spoil my natural reaction. Right. We absorb that shit so much, but then it gets to where you start saying shit, and if you got to be careful with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you fuck around and say like I just did on this fucking mic. Now I'm gonna bleep it out, and they're gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? I'll bleep it out. But it got to a point where it's like, make sure we can bleep it out. How you bleep it out? You know how to bleep it out?
Right.
I mean, like it,
man.
Bro, so many little hurdles along the way. And we were just forced to either fall over them right on our face or figure out how to get over them bitches.
Damn. Yeah.
And we got over every goddamn one of them.
I know that's right.
Trap, I appreciate you pulling up, though.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
But
thank you guys for having me.
But bro,
it's always a pleasure to be here.
I was gonna say, bro, if you don't know by now, dog, like all you got to do is hit the line, Trap. You always pull up. We'll always burn ones, talk some shit.
For sure. See, I always want to make sure I'm pulling up when I got some shit going on.
No, for sure, dude. And now hearing how everything went by, it makes total sense, bro.
Nah, for sure. And knew, I even said, I'm gonna, you know, and I know my girl, she was even saying, you sure you wanna?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm straight. Like, you know, sometimes it was better for me to let y'all know what been going on with me. You know,
for sure.
Why I kind of been.
Well, now
I supposed to been here, but I ain't been here, and I've been dealing with a lot of shit. Around that time, it was hard to talk about and but now it's just like, man, that's what's been going on with me. So
we appreciate you for opening up on there, man. And
yeah, I love that, bro.
Your supporters will they'll appreciate it too.
Yeah,
you know, when they see it. So.
And they're all, I'm sure like, each and every one of them that heard you talk this shit about hinting that he wants to start a podcast, I'm sure that excites a lot of people. I'm sure it excites a lot of your fans hearing that right off of free speech and going through what you've been going through, you're still hungry for more music. Not to be worried. New Trapper Mandell shit's on the way. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go to the studio when I leave here.
Flex.
So it's time to kick it a gear.
I love it, dude. Currently, you can catch him on Don Tripp's one of his latest fucking 10 albums. I don't know. They got a new visual out. What's the name of that video, Chad?
Country Rap Tunes.
Country Rap Tunes. Free Speech.
St. James. Man, you gonna drop
so many of them, dude. You can't keep up with the titles. I can't keep up with none of it, bro. I swear to God, I can't. I'm guilty of that. Free Speech available now everywhere. Tap the fuck in. If you don't have it, you will not be disappointed. I promise you that. And stay tuned, man. Trap's got a fucking podcast coming out and some more music and everything else.
Hell yeah, dude.
Anything else, Bubba?
Bro?
Oh no, man. Just
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Everything he just told you, man. Hey, if you ain't got that, go get that. If you ain't with that, you don't even know nothing about that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Trap, we love you, Bubba. Pull up anytime, dude. We'll do it again. All right. Yeah. Down there on the ends, my good friend ChadArmesTV, our friend Trapper Mandell.
Yeah. And
y'all know me. I'm Squint615. As I got some shit to say.com, ChadArmesTV.com. Chatty, let's ride. Bow.
Bitch, we got views.